Hello, and welcome back. It's that time of year again. Year when you put out all your spooky movies and decorate your house and get in your scariest costumes. That's right. August. Halloween come early with the newest release in theaters, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Based on the novel, a collection of short stories by Austin Schwartz. Long ago, I read this novel with all the short stories in it back when I was like fourth or fifth grade. I don't remember. So for this, I won't be comparing this film to the stories because I don't really remember the stories too well, and I didn't reread the book before I seen this film, so that wouldn't be fair. Um, I still don't understand why they didn't release this film in October, like hold it off and release it in October. I don't understand that because it's actually not half bad. It's directed by Alexander Orvdell. It's a Norwegian director. Don't believe I pronounced his name right, but his most critical acclaimed films are Troll Hunter and Autopsy of Jane Doe. Both pretty good films, so that's why I guess why he was chosen. It was produced by Guillermo del Toro, who I guess bought the rights to the film to the book series, bought the film rights. So instead of directing, I guess he handed it off to him, and he just produced it. Um, I tried to look up the writers for this film. Don't I can't find anything on them. I guess they're not very profound writers, and this is like their first big writing, assignment. So don't know. There's many things to work about this film. Director, he did a decent job. Uh, his other films were good. This one just happened to be the same. Competently directed, nothing flashy, nothing big. Uh, did a good job. What more can I say? The writing being adapted from short stories, they literally just made a larger outlook of a story and like use that to flesh together all the short stories into cohesive narrative, which works in its way. It's nothing Oscar worthy, not going to be winning any Oscars anytime soon for any Writers Guild of America trophies. It's competent, works for what the narrative was trying to drive. Um, these actors, the young actors that are the lead in this film, the lead actor's name is Toni Collette. Don't know where she's from, and I couldn't find much about her, nor could I find much about any of the other lead actors in this film. Um, they're not bad though; they're actually pretty decent for what I've seen, and I don't think they have many acting things under their belt. So for that, they're pretty good. The most prolific actor I've seen in this was Dean Norris, and some of you may know him as the Hank from Breaking Bad. But everybody else, all the other people held it together pretty good. One standout character that many of the audience liked, I personally didn't like was a character named Chuck or Charles. He was like the Joker, the comedian of the group, telling a lot of jokes all the time. Uh, when there was a serious moment, he interplay with a joke, and people just thought it was fucking hilarious. I didn't personally like him. I thought his shtick got old real fast. I immediately wrote this character off like, yeah, that's gonna be people's favorites. I didn't like him, but audience did. Pretty sure you guys might. I don't know. My opinion differs from a lot of people. Um, but the main thing people want to know about the film is it scary? That's what they go to a horror film for. Is this a scary horror film? In that regards, yes and no. Um, there's a lot of jump scares. I think the cheapest form of scares is jump scares. Terrible. I think it's shit. They do that quite a bit in here, and they're kind of broadcast pretty openly. Like there'll be a intense scene with music playing, people scrambling to get away from something. Everything's fine. All of a sudden, it'll go super quiet, like just completely quiet in the theater, and this character peeks around a wall or looks over something or like opens something. Something's gonna jump out. You automatically know that something just jump out real fast, and you can in my head I can see the sound guy turning the sound up real loud. Like, let me just turn this up to scare the audience. Like you're getting scared mostly by the sound, not the creature. Didn't like that. They do that quite a bit, but that's not the case for every scare. They have at least four monsters in this film from the stories. They have the Jangly Man, Harold the Scarecrow, one called the Big Toe Monster, and there's one that I don't know the name of. It's like a fat monster. Don't know what it is. They're actually pretty well done if you look at the illustrations of the original characters in the book. They they may recreate them fairly well, like pretty good. Quite canny. Um, they're not half bad. The biggest issue I had with them is that for some reason, uh, with it being produced by Guillermo del Toro, who's also beside the director, was a VFX makeup artist, like amazing. I don't know why they didn't go practical effects with these creatures. They went digital, and there's one scene where like the fat monster shows up, and the camera like pans up on the creature, and it's digital. And it's so jarring and terrible that it just why would you go digital when this creature would look so much better as a practical effect? All of them would look better as practical, but this one looks extremely bad with digital effects. Um, I thought Guillermo del Toro would have, being the producer, would have demanded more practical effects the way he did with, Hellboy 1 and 2, Pan's Labyrinth, Shape of Water. Even when he directed Pacific Rim, a heavy CGI film, when they shot the shots inside the robot's head, when they were inside the machine, in the drift machine, he recreated that set, practical effects, like all the machinery, all that was practical. And that was just something he did. It's like, why didn't he do that for this film? Put more practical effects on these monsters would have worked so much better, been a lot scarier. But that's not to say that like the horror isn't there, that it's not good. There are tense moments. There's some very tense and amazing moments. There's one moment where a monster is literally just walking slowly down a corridor as somebody's running away, cannot get away. Everywhere he turns, there's that monster. Left turns, there's a monster. Right turns, and it's just slowly walking, and it works so well for this film. Like it works. That like there's no jump scare in that one. There's moments where there's no jump scares, and the horror works. It's a slow building horror. The tension is amazing. Like there's this guy is great at building tension. Um, I wish he had stayed with that and kept away from the jump scares and kept up with a slow building tension and like a release of horror instead of just like a real bad jump scare. It doesn't work. I don't know. Um, with all that being said, I did say a lot of negative things. I thought it was pretty decent. 7 out of 10 is what I'd give it. Um, I don't see this film being one of those talked about horror films, of the decade. Not gonna be talking about this 2 weeks from now. You're not gonna be talking about this horror film. I think it came released in this early August, like they've sent to early death because there's not much going on. I don't see many people talking about this. It's not getting a lot of fanfare. Um, it kind of sucks because it wasn't half bad. But if you want looking for something to watch, something you're in the mood for a scary movie, this is something to watch. Go see it. Uh, you know, uh, That being said, thank you for watching my review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You got any questions, comments, or constructive criticism, please leave them in the comments below. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the support I've been getting. I really appreciate it. I will be updating this channel as I go, learning more. Let's just take this journey with me. We'll be editing better, just taking more classes, stuff like that. I really appreciate all the support and, all the love and all that. Thank you.